hello, my name is Waldfield, aka Waldfield, aka the hardest working witch kid in show business. I would just like to tell you all she sells seashells by the seashore, a box of mixed biscuits and a box of mixed biscuit mixer, toy boat, Peter Piper picked a pickly packet. Damn, I messed it up anyway. The reason I am talking this fast is I'm now attempting an achievement called Speedlunky. In other words, it's a speed run of Spelunky. The requirement for this achievement is beating the game in under 8 minutes. But to that I say, do you know who I am? I am Waldfield. I'm going to do this in less than 6 minutes. Because I can. Okay, that was getting gimmicky and possibly irritating. I'll just rap like this from now on. My slow flow's remarkable, peace to Matteo. My goal is to beat each level in between 9 and 19 seconds. I'm not going to mess around with the teleporter, or any of the crazy Bananasaurus Rex strategies that result in a sub 3-minute run. I'm just going for a sub 6. This allows me some leeway to grab boxes and whatnot. But not too many. Just the ones that are right in front of me. It's also very important that I conserve my bombs and ropes. I'm using one here, because it saves me like 10 seconds, but I can't do too much of that. I'm not likely to get too many more, and later on they become necessary. Sometimes you need ropes in the ice caves. And pretty often you need bombs in the temple. And you basically always need ropes on Olmec, at least if you're killing him with the speedrun method. Which I will. Because this is a speedrun. Look at how fast I am moving. Whoosh whoosh whoosh. The enemies are just staring at me slack-jawed, like where did she even go? She was just here a moment ago. I closed my eyes to sneeze, and when I opened them again she had vanished. They call out to me, like, hey, come back here, I wanted to get to know you. I've never seen someone so beautiful in my life. But I don't even hear it. I am so far away by then. If I heard them I would have turned them down, like, look, it could never work between us, and it's because you're too ugly. But I didn't even hear them in the first place. Well, they probably figured it out. Speaking of time, did you know there are multiple timelines in the official Waldfield canon? It's true. Not everything you've seen of mine happens along the same continuum. Some of my videos were produced during a timeline in which I am a high school teacher. Some during a timeline in which the Nazis won. Some during a timeline in which I was convicted for pedophilia. In one timeline, the XF-11 meteor actually struck the Earth and I was one of the few left alive in the resulting apocalypse. What's interesting is that, in every one of these scenarios, I still managed to become a world-famous internet persona. Like, my talent is just that irrepressible. Even in the timeline when jealous fans of mine cut off my hands to take to their homes and masturbate with, I still make a YouTube career by editing videos with my dick. It's quite inspiring, really. I almost became a motivational speaker in that timeline, but I decided I would rather inspire people with my videos than my speeches. And then I did. What would you like to hear about now? How about another origin story? One day I found myself at the crossroads, staring down none other but Satan himself. He said to me, Waldfield, how would you like to have video editing abilities beyond human comprehension? I said, I already have those. He said, I can give you fame. I said, I am about to achieve that on my own, for I have just uploaded a video called Very Uncensored Sonic the Hedgehog, and it is certain to make waves in the YouTube poop community. But perhaps you can at least save me some time increasing my numbers. You could link to my shit on forums. I hate that stuff. So tedious. He said, of course. And there's only one thing I want in exchange. I said, oh, so it's like that. You want my soul, huh? Well, never mind. I shall not part with it. He said, no, there's something I want even more than your soul. He began to eye me up and down while licking his lips. He said, your body is out of this world, girl. I want to get up in that. You just gotta turn some of that loose on me. You're the finest honey I have ever seen. I said, all of this I did know before. My hotness is nonpareil. All who behold it wish to plunder it. But not all who wish so, may do so. Now, the truth is, I was fully into the idea from the get-go. Satan is pretty hot himself. Very muscly. But I didn't want him to think he was in charge, you know? He said, okay Fielding, listen. I can't afford the full service with you. I know that. How about you just let me eat you out? You don't have to do anything back to me. Just let me get a taste of that sweetness. I smiled, and said, sure baby. Let's go. So we hopped onto the back of his pet manticore, and rode it down to hell. He laid me on his dark satin sheets, and licked my gash up and down while fingering me. Truth be told, he was pretty good at it. I came a couple of times. He was like, well, Waldfield, I guess you held up your end of the bargain. I hate to part ways, but I can't really keep you down here any longer. I said, yes, this is true, I am no longer beholden to you. Certainly I could leave right now, and none here have the power to stop me. However, your pussy-eating skills are nearly as good as my own, and they have gotten me in the mood. I have decided that I would like you to fuck me. Only after this shall I take my leave. So he did, and it also was good. I came a couple more times. Anyway, I went back to Earth, and when I woke up the next morning my number of subscribers had magically increased 9-fold. True story. Perhaps one day I will give him a call. I know he still thinks about me, because he has a photo of us on his MySpace profile. Oops, I've been talking so much I almost missed the old mech fight. I've done everything quickly enough where, if I don't make any mistakes here, I'll beat the game in under 6 minutes, as per my goal. The strategy is pretty simple, as you can see. Just gotta watch out for enemies falling on your head. That's what the ropes are for. Yep, it worked. Olmec is a chump. His slavish devotion to killing me would be endearing, if it weren't so pathetic. Okay, I will fast forward through this next part, because it is boring and we've all seen it dozens of times before. You just want to see my results screen. Ta-da, check out those sweet results. If I had taken a 2-minute break in between levels, to suck my own dick, I still would have beaten the game quickly enough to earn the achievement. But instead I decided to wait until after I beat the game to do that. Speaking of which, now is a great time to sign off.